First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Nibbler. We're live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We're here every weekday. We start at 1 o'clock, we go throughout the afternoon, and we cover a wide range of topics. But right now, we are talking about a celebration that really started in Louisiana, but is now here as well for quite a long time. I'm talking about Portland Mardi Gras. And today, for this segment, we're going to be showing our interview with the Mysti Krewe of Nimbus. I want to make sure that I get that right. So we are going to be talking to them about their organization, which puts on Portland Mardi Gras, puts on the ball, puts on the parade, and really how it came to be here in the city, some of the origins of Mardi Gras itself, and just talking about the celebration and what it means to everyone and how many people have started to enjoy it also. So we cover a wide range of topics in here, and I'm just going to pass it off because they're the experts. Let's start it off. Captain.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us here today. So I want to start off, we're going to talk about everything that's going on here.
Yeah.
But can you tell us, just about your organization, what the name is?
Okay, so we're called the Mysti Krewe of Nimbus. That's M-Y-S-T-I because we're here in the rainy Northwest. New Orleans crews typically are the mystic with a C.
Okay.
Crew of some sort of association with like Greek mythology or something like that. So we went with Nimbus, which is both the kind of like golden aura that kind of like envelops the ancient gods, and also it's a rain cloud.
Give me some of the basic idea here for New Orleans, for those who don't know. So you're saying Mystic Krewe. What does a Mystic Krewe do?
So the crews are the organizations that put on the balls and the parades. So you think of all these big New Orleans parades. They're not put on by the city, they're put on by private organizations.
Gotcha. Okay, so all that stuff that you see down there, those are each individual groups and organizations, just like the Mysti Krewe of Nimbus.
Exactly.
And so going from New Orleans to here, to Portland, how did this all get started?
So my wife and I moved here in 2005, and in Louisiana, you grow up with Mardi Gras. You literally have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off so you can recover from Mardi Gras.
Smart.
So when we moved up here, there was just nothing happening, and it's kind of depressing. My shirt says, you see that?
Everywhere else is just Tuesday? Okay.
Yeah. So eventually we started running into the same people and stuff, and, we're starting to have a little bit of fun amongst ourselves on Mardi Gras. But there was an organization called Gulf Songs that hosted these concerts to raise money after a oil spill in the Gulf. And the last one of these concerts featured a number of Louisiana musicians. It was right before Mardi Gras, and I was like, boy, we should throw a ball and do a show kind of like this. And I felt like the most authentic way to do it would be to actually put together a crew. So we got together. It started as like 35 people or something like that the first year, and we organized our first ball in a couple of months. And now our organization has grown to over 130 people.
Wow.
Yeah, we do stuff throughout the year.
Are these all Louisiana natives?
It's a mix. We certainly do get our Louisiana natives. The three of us that you'll see today are all from Louisiana, but we get all kinds of people. We just try to encourage community, having a good time. That's kind of what we're all about.
Yeah, Mardi Gras seems like it's about having a good time.
Yeah.
But I know there's more to it than that, but having a good time seems to be a real big theme.
Absolutely, and especially, this time of year where, well, we're so lucky right now, it's been beautiful, but, a lot of times it's cold and rainy, so it's really wonderful to get together with friends, have some good food, be creative.
Yeah, and so you've seen this organization grow, so what do you think it is about Mardi Gras and about, actually maybe even about the Mysti Krewe of Nimbus that brings people in, that's got so many people excited about it?
Well, I think there's a really cool, the tradition of, following up the Christmas season with, I think historically, we've tried to figure out how to survive in this really cold and kind of nasty season. So I think it's just kind of in our blood to want to get together and try to be merry in kind of a nasty time of the year.
Yeah, the weather's a little opposite than Louisiana at this time of year, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, it's really crazy because, well, this year it's like colder in
Right.
Louisiana right now. but yeah, usually.
Yeah, generally speaking. Well, okay, tell me about what you're wearing too. But what embodies this kind of spirit for Mardi Gras?
Well, we have our Mardi Gras colors, which are purple, green, and gold.
Yep.
Got the beads. But there's all different kinds of Mardi Gras tradition. I think people generally think about the New Orleans parades with all the floats and stuff like that. But I'm wearing this mask right here is from a country Mardi Gras where in small communities you'd have the community itself would be the parade. They dress up in costumes like this, and they'd go on horseback, and they'd go from farm to farm and beg for chickens. Have you ever seen the Mardi Gras people chasing chickens?
No, I don't know if I have.
You should YouTube it. Mardi Gras chicken, I think, would probably call it up. But yeah, there's all different kinds of Mardi Gras traditions.
Yeah, and so with those traditions, what are some of the big ones that you've brought here to Portland that have now become traditions?
Yeah, well, one, these Mardi Gras crews in New Orleans have what we call a throw. Like you have the crew of Zulu, which throws coconuts. Well, our crew, because we're the reigning Northwest, we decorate little umbrellas. We do over 100 umbrellas and just hand them out at our Mardi Gras parade.
And that's your gift to the people.
Exactly.
Now, what do you think is the most important thing people should know about Mardi Gras in Portland?
Well, I think that you should know that we have our Mardi Gras ball on Valentine's Day. That's going to be at the Wonder Ballroom, and we feature a number of wonderful bands. And it's a costumed event. We have a costume contest. It's on Valentine's Day, and then we have our parade on the Tuesday afterwards on Mississippi Avenue, and an after party at Mississippi Studios.
Nice. So a whole lot of partying going on.
A whole lot of partying going on. So Mardi Gras traditionally is it's Catholic in its origins. Mardi Gras Day varies from year to year because you count back from when Easter is. Easter changes every year, and Easter is the first Sunday after the full moon of spring. And it's really kind of interesting because a lot of people are taught that the season of Lent is 40 days, but if you count it on a calendar, it's not. It's a little bit longer than that. But yeah, so you have the season of Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas. Well, if you count them on a calendar, it's not really 12 days, but anyway.
Right.
It ends on January 6th, which is the Feast of the Epiphany, which is when the three wise men came and saw the baby Jesus. The three kings, which is why we have king cake. King cake is another tradition of Mardi Gras, which is, I'm sure most people have seen it, the round cake with a little tiny baby in it. And, if you get the baby, you maybe bring the next king cake to the next party, or maybe you host the next party, or maybe you're the king. There's lots of different kind of takes on the tradition.
So all these are different takes on this, but Mardi Gras itself is on a Tuesday every year?
Mardi Gras is always on a Tuesday, so you have this different span of time.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras, which is French, Mardi is Tuesday, Gras is fat, so you have the Fat Tuesday, and you kind of let it hang out, you let it all hang out until you hit the day after Mardi Gras is Ash Wednesday, which begins the season of Lent, where you give things up.
Uh-huh.
And, I've been reading that, maybe there's a kind of like an ancient tradition where after you have this Christmas season, you're trying to eat through all of your food before it goes bad, before the days of refrigeration and stuff like that.
Right.
So
you're really good. So you go nuts.
You go nuts.
You're nuts on Fat Tuesday, and then so is it right at midnight? It's done.
It's done.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's
So you
always
party right up until.
It always strikes me as odd. People will try to have Mardi Gras parties after Mardi Gras, and it's just wrong, y'all.
Follow the experts.
Yeah.
It sounds like tradition's a really important thing. Like all
Yeah.
of these different traditions that you've just laid out here.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I feel like, you know, throughout the generations, we've, you know, learned how to cope with dealing with life. And, you know, traditions are, they can be a wonderful thing. They can bring us together.
Yeah, and it feels like, I mean, coming from New Orleans, that's a very important part of the culture there. Having these traditions is what I'm gathering. And up here, maybe, you know, we don't have those as ingrained.
Absolutely.
So what's it been like, you know, for bringing those to people and getting them into this idea of these traditions?
Yeah, so I'm a musician, and I notice similar things with music between Louisiana and here. Louisiana, you know, it's like we have these deep roots. My wife and I are both Cajun, you know, where we have our Cajun, Zydeco, jazz and stuff like that. But musically in Portland, it's not so long. It kind of like it goes back to like garage rock and stuff. But at the same time, it's fresh and people embrace things. So we've had our parade for 13 years. And, you know, we now have like a generation of Portlanders who've grown up with Mardi Gras, which is pretty cool. So, you know, we don't expect everybody to just like automatically embrace it, but, you know, they have king cake at Fred Meyer's now, king cake from New Orleans. So that's a step in the right direction.
You put your stamp on this.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to know how you got involved with this crew.
Well, I was born and raised in Louisiana, and my mom was born in New Orleans, and so it's always been a part of me. My granddaddy used to ride on floats, and it was just always a part. So when I heard about this group of Louisiana folks forming a crew, I was like, yeah, count me in. I want to be a part of that.
You want to keep that tradition going.
Totally.
Up here.
Totally.
And I want to talk about everything that you're wearing too, but I want to get into something that you mentioned here off camera, that you're the second queen. Can you tell me what that means?
Well, our first ball was in 2011, and one of the traditions in many of the crews is to have royals, a king and a queen, and so we decided to do that, and the nominations come from within the crew, and then it's voted on, and at the ball, it's a surprise, and it's announced who the new king and queen is. At least in our crew, that's how we've done it in the past. And so I think I had a little bit of an N one. I was from Louisiana, and I was the secretary, so everybody knew me. So,
hey, that's good politicking right there, you know?
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to be voted in the second year.
And what does that mean to be the queen?
Wow. Well, what does it mean? For me, it was like something that was on my bucket list that I didn't even know was on there. It was just such an honor to be, you know, chosen from your peers to kind of represent. And I did a little research when I became queen, because I was like, what does a queen do? And so I researched Queen Elizabeth, and she said that she felt like her primary job was that when she was around that people were happy. And I thought, I think I can do that. And so that was sort of the way I approached being queen, is I just wanted to bring a lot of joy, you know, help people enjoy the festivities, learn about it. So there's really not really jobs, so to speak, and each queen and king kind of form their own, you know, milieu of what it means. I was excited, though, because the year that I was queen was the first year that we were in the Starlight Parade here during the Rose Festival. And we had a float, and I got to ride on a float in a parade, which was just like, oh my gosh, whoever thought I'd have a chance to do that. So.
Wow. So all of that part of growing up,
yes.
you know, being a part of this, and
yes.
then now you get to be the queen on the parade.
So for me, that was awesome. And yeah, just kind of try to be a positive representative of our group.
It seems the theme I'm getting here, there's tradition, which is a big part of all of this. But also you mentioned joy and just having a good time.
Totally.
Seems to be two of those
I think
things.
that's our mission statement.
Having a good time all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let's talk about these parades and the ball. So tell us what goes into a Mardi Gras parade, or at least for you.
Well, a lot. It's grown a lot from the first time we conceived of it. There was a handful of us with hand instruments walking up Mississippi Avenue with drums, and on Mardi Gras Day just yelling and, I don't know, doing our thing.
People wondering what's going on there. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Until today, this will be our 13th, did we say, parade, and it's on Mississippi Avenue. We have, I don't know, thousands of participants. We have 5 or 6 bands, brass bands. We have Beaumont Middle School band marches with us every year. We have all kinds of, jugglers and belly dancers and strutters, just everything you can imagine. It's the only other nighttime parade other than the Starlight Parade, so that's really cool. So it's really the main part of it, or a big part of it, is being lit up, so everybody has lights, and so it's very festive in that way. And it's also non-motorized, so as opposed to the big parades you see on TV in New Orleans where there's giant floats. We had those in the Starlight Parade in the past, but this parade we're not permitted for that. So there's bicycles, we have little surreys that people ride, and different ways to get down the road. It's only about a mile of a parade, and so it's very accessible to everybody. It's very family friendly, and all of the businesses on Mississippi really have embraced it and support us as sponsors. In fact, I have a whole list of the sponsors: the Historic Mississippi Business Association, Porque No, Miss Delta Restaurant, the 1905 Mississippi Pizza and Pub, Nectar Markets, Neil Kelly Company, Mississippi Studios, The Rambler, El Cubo de Cuba, Brave Neighbor Coffee House, and Victoria Bar are all gold sponsors, meaning they donate at the highest level to help support us. And then there's lots of other sponsors that donate at different levels or in-kind donations. So they love having us there and have made it very easy for us to be able to do it.
What does it mean for you, being a native of Louisiana, being here and not seeing a whole lot of Mardi Gras celebrations going on, to where we are now, after this time, to where, the parade started off with a few of you rambling down the street. Now you've got all these sponsors, the community's involved, middle school's involved. Right. How does that feel for you?
Feels amazing. It feels amazing. And I was just going to say, one of the other collaborations we do with the parade, which is near and dear to my heart. I'm an educator. I'm a speech pathologist, retired, but there's a classroom, a transition classroom in Portland Public Schools for kids who are 18 to 21. And they, our first king, Paul, used to work in that classroom, and he started this tradition where we pay them to come out the Wednesday after Mardi Gras to Mississippi to clean up the street, make sure any spare beads or garbage is on the street. And so I go, and the captains and I have gone every year to this classroom and make a presentation about Mardi Gras. We bring king cake so that they know what it is that they're helping us with. And then after they do their cleanup, the Mississippi businesses, Porque No and Mississippi Pizza, donate food. At the Rebuilding Center, they have a big lunch for the volunteers, not volunteers, the paid workers from this classroom, and then they talk to them about different jobs that are available, different job skills that they look for as employers. So it's just a really wonderful collaboration with Portland Public Schools and with the Mississippi businesses to help support our parade.
Just bringing everybody together.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me about this. What do we have going here?
Well, so yeah, Captain Steve mentioned that we have our signature throws, and these are ours. We have umbrellas, and they have a little glue on them. But
These are all handmade.
They're all well, the umbrellas, of course,
Right.
we get. But then, yeah, they're hand decorated by the crew. And we have 3 or 4 different gatherings at one of our former king and queens, Matt and Tanya's house. And glue guns everywhere, all kinds of bling, ribbon, donated stuff mostly. Anything goes pretty much. This one's kind of tame compared to some of them, but our theme this year, which you hadn't mentioned for our ball, is Sea of Love. And so this one has sort of a very sea look about it with all the little sea creatures and shells. And so we do over 100 of these and then take them to the parade, and they're very sought after and very cherished because there's only 100 each year. They're collector's items. And so each of us has a chance to give out a couple of them. And so we always look in the crowd to find, who's the most enthusiastic or the most excited, and or in costume or whatever, and present them with an umbrella. And so this is just one of the ones that we're still working on them. As it turns out, we've got a couple of weeks.
100's a lot, yeah.
100's a lot, especially with this amount of detail.
Yeah.
And some of them are just extraordinary, including this one. And some of them are simpler for those of us who are not quite as gifted creatively.
So arts and crafts is also another thing.
It
so tradition,
is.
joy, arts and crafts.
That's a really good point, because the costumes that our crew and guests come to the ball in are beyond what you can imagine. People that have created these amazing headpieces and costumes, and weeks and months of planning and working on pulling them together. So yeah, definitely, if you've got a creative side, there's lots of places to.
I mean, I can tell yeah, everything going on here. For the ball, can you tell us what happens at a Mardi Gras ball? What's that like for somebody who hasn't been to one?
Well, our Mardi Gras ball, what's it like? You are greeted at the door with greeters, and each person is given an official medallion. Each year this is our official logo for our crew. You can see it's got salmon and Mount Hood and the Nimbus clouds on it. But then on the other side, we don't have one yet for this year, but there is a sticker on the other side that will say Sea of Love. And so each year is a unique medallion, and every guest is presented with the medallion. And then they just come into the decorations are extraordinary. You kind of walk into this other world, and then there's all kinds of music. Captain Steve's in a band called Toulouse Cajun Zydeco Band. They bring the authenticity of the Cajun Zydeco music. We have Northwest Bones Gang, which is a very authentic, traditional group that dresses up like skeletons. And down in New Orleans, they start Mardi Gras by coming out early in the morning and going around the neighborhoods and waking everybody up, waking the kids up, and then everything. And we have one of those groups. Chuck Barber is our local big chief of the Bone Gang. Let's see, we have a grassroots movement, brass band typically, and then we also have a big, what would you call it, kind of, not variety show, but a big band that's curated by local singer, entertainer Chris Delane, which is, she curates a list of songs that go with the theme. It's a secret, so I don't know what any of them are. And then local vocalists from town sing different songs. And so it's just a lot of dancing. We have a costume contest. We have a presentation of our new king and queen. We pass out king cake. So a lot of people wear masks. However, for me and a lot of other people, it's kind of distracting and hard to eat and drink and all that. So a lot of us have taken to getting masks or different things painted on our face. So we have Blanca Plata, who always comes and does face painting for whoever wants to be decorated. So that's what I'll be doing, is having my face painted.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. We have a food truck, Mayu Brothers food truck. They have very authentic Cajun Louisiana food. We have a photo booth. Gosh, so much.
So much stuff.
So much
So many things.
Oh, and, oh my gosh, the most important part of our parade is every year we choose an honorary grand marshal from the community, and oftentimes it's a musician or somebody who just really represents joy and tradition in Portland. And this year our honorary grand marshal is Reggie Houston. And it's particularly wonderful for us because Reggie is a member of our crew. He's from New Orleans. He played with Fats Domino's band for over 30 years. He's legit sax player, singer, entertainer, and is just beyond excited and honored to be our honorary grand marshal. Sort of the same way I got to be queen. He's like, wow, you know, I grew up in New Orleans and now I get to be an honorary grand marshal of the parade. So
amazing.
Yeah, so he'll be at the ball and probably will do a number, you know, sing a song or something, and he'll definitely be at our parade after party. I think Steve mentioned after the parade on Mississippi on Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras Day night, there's an after party at Mississippi Studios where we'll be having live music with Toulouse Cajun Zydeco and another great local band, Lucky Boku. And I'm sure Reggie will come by and do a song for that.
Are you saying the partying goes past midnight?
It pretty much ends at midnight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it ends at 11:15, and then we have to clean up for the next 45 minutes. But
Captain Jane.
Hello.
Hello. I just want to start off with this. Tell me what Mardi Gras means to you.
It means a lot to me. I grew up in South Louisiana. Mardi Gras is a giant custom down there, and I can't imagine my life without that celebration. I grew up in a little community that was south of New Orleans, and close enough to get all the radio stations and TV stations from that city. And when Mardi Gras rolled around, we had some of the marching bands from the New Orleans parades. We had some of their Mardi Gras floats. So it was, and members of my family are in Mardi Gras crews down there even now, and so it was always a big deal. And when I moved from my hometown to my college town, which happened to be Captain Steve's hometown, there was more Mardi Gras celebrations to be had. And then I learned about the country Mardi Gras from his side of the state of Louisiana. And when we moved up here, my first Mardi Gras was just a Tuesday, and it made me very sad. So sad. And then a few years later, luckily my husband had the great idea of making it a much bigger deal than merely drink specials. And we've made it a big deal.
Yeah, you have brought these traditions, this celebration, you brought it here to the Northwest. So, and you've seen it grow over this time. And that's why I want to ask, you know, for more people who are starting to understand. I mean, I think everybody knows of Mardi Gras, but you don't know these traditions and what all you do.
Yeah.
So what are some of the important things for, say, a Mardi Gras newbie, for lack of a better word, to know?
Come with flair, come with fun, come with friendliness, and just come have fun with us. That's it.
That's it. Just have a good time.
Just come have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The world needs fun, and we deliver it.
I can tell already, yes, that you all deliver it. What are some key terms that people should know?
Oh, I'm going to go French.
Okay.
Laissez les bon temps rouler.
Laissez la bon temps rouler.
Oh, very good. Translation, let the good times roll.
All right, so that's a good term to know.
Yes. Joie de vie, the joy of life.
Joie de vie.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, bringing the French, the Cajun
Yes.
part into it as well, I'm
That's
sure.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so good terms there to know. What about the beads? Tell me about the beads.
Okay, so you've got on some beads that actually have little electric lights on it for people that have a nighttime party. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a switch back there. Do you need some help? Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Now, Modern day Mardi Gras usually has, or in the era where I grew up, they're plastic beads. And the era slightly before mine, they were actually glass beads. I happen to be wearing some custom glass beads that my sister, still in Homa, made for me. So thanks, sis. And we're a fraction of us are actually investing in some of the glass beads to kind of bring that back, because a lot of us think it's better than the plastic trinkets and things like that. And for environmental reasons, and I'm all about that, it's kind of better to not have that much plastic stuff. For my personal preference and my environmental love, we rarely get fresh beads. We use beads that have been previously utilized. I call them ABC beads. That stands for already been caught. There are people that have bags of beads in their attic. There are people that have just surplus beads from past Mardi Gras, and we have a network of friends and family in Louisiana, and we try to get those ABC beads up here, and those are the ones that we reuse and disperse to our Mardi Gras parade. We don't have tons of beads that we throw like those parades. We have a small volume, and we keep it kind of on the smaller side intentionally. You know, we could go big, but we don't. We just keep it on the smaller side. There's also these throws called doubloons, which are metal coins, essentially, and they can be stamped with custom Mardi Gras crews and themes and things like that, and those get thrown out to the crowd. And different crews have different throws. Kathy was explaining our umbrella throws, and they are wonderful and unique and pieces of art that people treasure. There's a female crew in New Orleans called Muses, and they decorate shoes, like fabulous high-heeled shoes that they make fabulouser with glitter and feathers, and they hand them out.
So this is something everybody can kind of find their little, whatever it is they're most enthusiastic about, and bring it into the tradition.
Or get wacky. I mean, there's another crew that does toilet plungers. So it is what you make of it.
Yeah, whatever you want to make of it, but joy being that the main thing.
Joy,
having
fun,
a good time.
creativity, give things out to bring smiles and happiness.
And for people attending any kind of Mardi Gras celebration, like, is it intimidating to come in and and start hanging out with everybody, or to come to this?
We're a lot. Extroverts do better, and people that are introverts like it, and then they need a little time. But we try to be gentle, but we have a lot of big personalities. We're all fun and friendly. So anybody can have a good time with us. You just kind of have to pick your own dose.
Yeah.
I love Portland. I've been here for a little over 20 years, and it's a town of creatives, and it's a town of people that they really like to have a good time. They like to gather with friends. They like to get behind something that's really meaningful for them, and it just fits right in. You know, we have our Louisiana flavor, but if it wasn't a community that was full of creatives and people that enjoy having fun, I don't think we'd be as successful as we are, and we wouldn't have sustained ourselves for as long as we've been able to.
Do you feel it's really been embraced by the Portland community?
It has been completely embraced, and there are people that haven't heard about it, so thanks for letting us talk about it, because they learn about it, they're like, wow, and they want to learn more about it and be a part of it and come have fun with us. Sometimes they want to join our group, so.
Do you have non-Louisiana native members?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We have people that just like to wear costumes, people that are creative, people that like the community, people that are music fans, people that I call Louisiana files, and then some Louisiana natives.
So a mix of everything. I mean, that does seem very fitting for Portland also.
Yeah.
All those things that you just mentioned.
Absolutely.
Costumes, good time.
And we make
music.
this city just that much more fun.
I agree.
All right, big thank you to the whole crew there for joining us for that segment, talking about Portland Mardi Gras, and tickets to the ball are at the Wonder Ballroom, and that's going to be taking place on the 14th, and the parade is the 17th with after parties, apparently all up and down Mississippi, but also at Mississippi Studios, so a lot
to go through, to understand, to celebrate, and really amazing that they brought that here to Portland and includes so many people. We want to thank you also for watching Fox 12 Now. We live stream here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom every weekday starting from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. But all of these segments are available on the Fox 12 Oregon apps and the website. So wherever you're watching, thanks for doing so. Feel free to share these segments. That's always a great way to help get the word out about whatever it is that we're talking about, which is a wide variety of things, but huge thank you to that. Thanks to Ann for shooting that and editing it as well. And we've got plenty more coming up, so we are live here. We are going to take a break. We'll be back here in just a few with some more Fox 12 Now.